Here I'm logged into the back end of the agent website. When you first log in, it will take you to the dashboard. So here's a view of the dashboard, and if you haven't set your dashboard up yet, none of these boxes will be visible. You can add these boxes by going to Custom Settings button and choosing out of these features what you want, and let's try one, and then it adds it, and then you click Save the Setting. It'll tell you it saves successfully, and then it will be down here, and you will see it when you log in. So you can set that up however you want. There's a separate tutorial on how to do that. From there, I want to show you the message board. It's the very first tab. And the message board is a place where you can see pertinent information that is happening. Currently, what's on here is instructions on how to set up your lead assignment setup. So you always want to kind of take a look at the message board and see what's going on and see if there's anything that you need to attend to. The next tab would be the MBI Resources tab. And on this tab, you're going to be able to find all of the things that you need, like logos. If you click on logos, it's going to have the different formats of the MBI logo that you may need to use. The Realtor logo and the Fair Housing logo. You would just click on one of these and download it to your computer if you needed a logo. As you can see, there's other things in here like applications and forms, media you're probably aware of if you've taken any of the webinars. So this is where agent site tutorials are kept. Certified site tutorials and webinars are going to be the classes that really go into depth on the functionality of your agent website. So these are really good resources. And then there's trademark, how-tos, flyers, business reports for the last 2 years, Metro Broker's TV commercials, Metro Broker TV videos. So this is the tab that you're going to go to locate any of these resources that you might need. Then the My Website tab, you're going to use a lot if you're a new agent and you're building your website. On this tab, there's a whole row of tabs to the left. And as you're building your website, you can just go through and really go through all of these tabs and start building out your agent website. If there's anything on here that you have left blank, let's say you haven't done the About Me section yet, it won't appear on your agent site until you've put something in that tab. So if you don't want it on your site, just leave it blank and it won't be on the consumer side. When you very first join, I like to tell people to go to the Contact Info tab and just double check all of this information to make sure that it's correct. You definitely want to make sure that your name is spelled right, that you're in the correct office, your title is correct, your direct phone number, any of this information, the fax number, the mobile. Some of these fields you're not going to be able to change. Like I'm not able to change my email address, and that's because we want you to let us know what the correct email address is. We have more than one database that we store that information, so we're going to want to change that in several places. But if you let me know, or anyone at corporate office, they will make that change for you. You cannot add your own photo. We need to do that for you. There are photo guidelines. There must be a black background. It needs to be in color, and it needs to be a vertical photo, so, and mostly a headshot. The photos are kind of small, so if you get really far away, it's hard to see. It just doesn't look as nice on the website. So that's the deal on the photos. You can have photos taken for free at the corporate office. They do that at orientation and at the website certification class, or you can just call ahead and make sure that it's set up for you when you come in to get a photo taken. Or you can provide us with a photo that meets the guidelines. And further down here, there's some more fields that you can fill out, like your Facebook URL, Twitter, LinkedIn, your blog site, Google+, Pinterest, and then the other community site is a lot of time brokers have a personal website, and you can put that in here and it'll provide a link to that site. So we go into this, all of these tabs more in depth in other tutorials. I just want to give you a quick overview of the agent backend. So there's a lot in here that you can take a look at. After the My Website tab, one more thing I want to show you real quick. As you're working on these tabs and you want to check out the work that you're doing as you're changing things, you can always go over to this preview website, and when you click on that, it is going to open a new window or a new tab, and then now you're going to see this is the consumer side of your agent site, so you can toggle back and forth to your agent backend where you're working on it, and then click on the consumer side as you make changes. You'll probably have to refresh it to view those changes, but then you can see if it is actually looking the way you want, and if it's not, you can go back and make the changes and save them, and then toggle back and double check those changes to see if it's how you want. So that is a nice little trick. The site admin tab, really the only thing here is where you can change your password if you need to, and then the email templates, which is going to be the template that is sent to the consumer. This one is schedule a viewing template, so you can look at that and tweak it a little bit and make changes. This is the default of how that template goes out and looks to the consumer, but you can do this little drop down menu and look at the property request information and the listing alert templates. So those are all in here as well. The next tab is your site stats. When you click on that, it is going to be the area where you can look and see the stats from your agent website, and you can look at the most viewed properties, most viewed features, agent site stats, and most viewed agent listings. SEO tags is where you're going to fill out all of this search engine optimization, and it will give you your home page, your property details, and then other pages on the site. So this is an extremely important area for you to work on in order to boost your site up in the search engine optimization. It gives instructions on how to do it, and there's also a video tutorial just on that. This arrow over here to the far right, when you click on it, it's going to give you a whole nother row of tabs. You can click on this again and you'll see more. So there's quite a bit of functionality in this back end. So the next row, you're going to go to CTME contracts, and if you are a member with CTM, then you won't get this little screen that says access denied. It'll pull up your account in CTM. You will be able to access all of your contracts and work on CTM from the back end of your agent site. If you're a member of CTM and it's still saying this access denied, please contact the help desk and we'll help you get that set up right. The next tab is CRM. Click on that. Now there's a whole bunch of tabs in here, and this is where you're going to be able to import and add contacts. You can do lead assignment setup, which is extremely important. There's a second video on that. This is where you are going to set yourself up to get leads from the corporate site. So here you can see that this demo agent is set up to get leads in Wheat Ridge, Westminster, Sterling, Pine, Parker. Anywhere that you service, you're going to want to set up to get leads. There's a whole separate video on that. Very important. One of the very first things you want to do. And there's more information that there's other videos on, but this is the CRM tab. CRM follow-up is a whole nother tab, which you can set up to get announcements to yourselves to remind you to follow up with some of your contacts for different calls, or sending them property information or whatever you might have to set up. Registered users, this is where you're going to add people to register on your site. You're going to find people who registered themselves because they can go to the consumer side of your site and see where it says customer login up here, they can create an account for themselves. And if they do that, you're going to find them under registered users. And you're going to need to activate them. They can set up their own account, but you need to activate or deactivate them in order for them to be able to get property alerts. So you want to come in here periodically and check on this and make sure that, you know, somebody hasn't registered themselves that you weren't aware of that need to be activated, and then that's going to be a hot lead for you. And this is also where you can add people, and you can, there's actions you can take over here. You can see their activity, you can see what they've added as favorites for their registration. You can delete them. You can, this is where you can activate or deactivate. You can see, you know, when they registered, just basic information here. You can search for certain users in here. Then the email alerts is setting up customers to get automated property alerts. You can set them up. You can see their status in here, active or inactive. You can see when the email alert was created, if they're getting daily alerts, if they're getting weekly alerts, if they're getting monthly alerts. This is a quick way to just search all of those alerts and be able to see what's going on in your email alerts. Now, Power Search is where you're going to create those alerts. So you can create a search. You can add a consumer or several consumers to that search. You can view your saved searches. You can set up the Power Search settings. There's a whole nother video on this as well. All of these tabs have video tutorials on them. I just want to give you a quick overview. The last tab in this section is CMA. And so you can kind of poke around in here and see if the CMA's functionality is going to work for you. We have brokers that like using this, and we have brokers that choose not to use it. So you can watch the video tutorial on that, on how to create the CMA, and see whether that is going to work for you or not. So then in the next row, we're going to go over here and click this arrow. Is the last row, and here we have one-to-one, which is a lot like the CMA, but a little different, a little quicker, a little shorter to set up. So, and you can, you know, choose a farm and send that to those one-to-ones to. Marketing stats. This is a good one to watch the tutorial on to see if that's something that you want to use. The marketing tab, a lot of brokers like to use. You can create farms in here, or you can pull farms over from your CRM tab. You can create newsletters. You can create e-cards, flyers, drip marketing campaigns for a scheduled date to send out the newsletters, e-cards, or flyers. You can have plans. You can check people who've opted out. This is for the old site. We had a flyers tab, so you won't use this unless you've been around for quite a while and you did create flyers on the old website. You can still find them in here. This is the old newsletter tab, same thing. Social sharing is going to let you, there's no listing available here, so this would be listings that you shared on social media. And then the 5-minute property site is a item that Terabits has offered, that you can set up a website for a listing that you have for $29.99, and it'll create a website for that listing. So that is available to you. So those are basically all of the tabs in your agent back end. You can go back and see previous tabs by toggling on these arrows. And you can see that there's a lot of functionality in here. If you look up here, you can see, you know, who you're logged in as. You can quickly access your dashboard. You can sign out here. And if you scroll all the way down. Let's go to the MBI, the My Website tab. I also want to show you on the consumer side of your site, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, it says Broker Agent Admin. So, and you click on this, it'll take you to the login panel where you can also log into the back end of your agent site. It's another way to log in. Usually we have people go to the My Metro Brokers online website and click on the Virtual Office tab to log in, just because we want brokers to see this website. It's designed just for you brokers. It has other information on here about recruiting new members for Metro Brokers, education, all of the upcoming classes that are available to you. MBI Partners is going to show you different companies that partner with us that you can get discounts with. Benefits of being a Metro Brokers. Opens a whole nother web page. It's loading kind of slow, so you can check this out. There's there's travel, there's home and furnishing, office, publications, rental and recreation, tech and real estate. Definitely worth checking out. And where is it? Oh, here we go. And then you also have a calendar so you can see upcoming events if you wanted to attend one of the volunteer committee meetings. Those would be listed on here. And the store is up. I believe you can use this, but it is also being revamped. So a new store is coming soon. So that is a basic overview of what is available to you as a broker and the back end of your agent site. I hope this tutorial was helpful, and thank you for watching.